Welcome. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how we can go about mid-surfacing this particular component and generating a fine element model where we automatically map the thicknesses from the solid onto the mid-surface mesh. You can see here that we have different thicknesses in different regions, as well as a number of fillets in the part. First thing we're going to do from the simulation model prep app is we're going to defeature to remove the fillets. We can do this using the defeaturing tool. Just creating a filter on all the fillets. We're going to choose all the sizes. Go ahead and do a quick preview to see all the items that are going to be removed, and then press OK to accept that change. We're also going to remove this kind of bulky corner here. We're just making an assumption that that's not important for our analysis. We can quickly remove that as well. So next, we're going to actually generate the mid-surface. We can do this in the idealized section of the action bar using mid-surface, simply picking the solid. In this case, the part is simple enough that the automatic mid-surface is going to work quite well for us. And after waiting for just a moment, we're presented with the result. We can go ahead and hide our solid at this point in time, and then do a quick check to make sure that our mid-surface is as expected. We see that all of our free edges are what we would expect, and so we are in a good position here. Before we go ahead and generate our mesh, we're going to take one last step. We're going to go to the idealize section of the action bar, and we're going to create a trim. This is going to ensure that our final mesh has matching nodes along all of the interfaces for the mid-surface geometry. Okay, now we're done. We're ready to go ahead and create our mid-surface mesh. Just inserting a new fine element model into my part. Once that's inserted, we're going to go ahead and just double click on nodes and elements to change our context into the meshing application. We're just going to go ahead and put a mesh on the particular component here. We're not going to worry about changing any of the parameters that might improve the quality of the mesh. It looks okay to me. And we're just going to go ahead over to properties and create a section. We're going to choose our trim, and then we're going to choose, instead of specified, from solid. By doing this, it's automatically going to map all the thicknesses from our source solid onto our mid-surface mesh. Any changes that may happen to that solid in the future will automatically be reflected through an update. At this point, we're just going to go ahead and do an update. And now let's go ahead and do a quick check before we would run a simulation to make sure that all of our thicknesses look appropriate. We do that through the model plots tool. Now that we're here, we can go ahead and create a contour. And we're going to create a contour. We're going to create it on the elements just to avoid any unusual nodal thicknesses that we might see that would be erroneous. We can see that we do have consistent thicknesses for the different regions that are all mapped directly from our solid. At this point, we could go ahead and proceed to our scenario application of choice to set up the proper loads, boundary conditions, and scenario type to get meaningful results for this part. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.